Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Yes, I am desperate for a haircut, hopefully this week. I just need to find a window of time in my busy schedule at the moment. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, entertainment only while I think about it, Jack Smith. So what has happened is that apparently the orange twerp, let me just actually go to this news article that I've got over in my post section. If you're wondering where the post section is, click on Maighstir Tarot under any video and it'll take you to the main page, and on the main page you'll see some titles and the post section. So the former Trump prosecutor Jack Smith is being probed for alleged election interference. Oh, please! Considering Jack Smith was investigating the orange twerp way before he even declared that he was going to run for office. So this is very smacks of revenge on using the Stormy Daniels stuff against Jack Smith. It's just petty vindictiveness, that's all it is. But apparently, let's have a read. An independent agency of the federal government is investigating Smith for alleged violations of the Hatch Act, which prohibits federal employees from engaging in political activities, blah, blah, so forth. So apparently the Republican senator from Arkansas, Tom Cotton, requested the investigation by the OSC for unprecedented interference. Alleges Smith fast-tracked a trial and jury selection in Trump's election interference case, which was dropped by Smith weeks after the 2024 election. Well, it was dropped because of the interference by the orange twerp and Aileen Cannon. Oh, anyhow. Dropped weeks afterwards, accusing Smith of failing to articulate a legitimate reason. Now, the reason, let me just put it out there. Have you ever heard Jack Smith actually say anything or release a statement? I think he's only once come out and publicly spoken. So it was like we were all, oh my goodness, he has words. Jack Smith does not anyhow, he does not come out and announce everything that he's doing. He does not come out and give explanations. He's got nothing to explain. So anyhow, Tom Cotton, why am I getting the feeling that he got put up to do this? Why am I getting the feeling that he got paid to do this? Allegedly, entertainment only. So I haven't even written anything down. I want to have a look at how this is going to go. I'm actually going to ask, how's it going to go for Tom Cotton? That's an unusual. I don't know why I'm being asked to go that way. Let's have a look. How is this request for an investigation, allegations going to go for Tom Cotton? Let's have a look. With the surname of Cotton, I'm assuming he has slave owner roots there somewhere with a cotton plantation. Goodness me. Let's have a look. Tom Cotton. This card keeps showing itself. Packing up the truth and moving forward. Okay, thank you. Right. When Jack Smith stepped back from the documents case, he set it up that it is still an active case. It's not actually been closed. It's not being stopped. It's still an active case. And I keep getting the treason card, and I keep getting that it's going to be proven that the orange twerp sold secrets, not just US secrets, in secrets from allied countries. And it's just treason. He's going to be charged with treason. Sadly, he won't live long enough to actually be charged, but he will be declared treasonous. And I always get that his two presidencies, both of them, will be declared illegitimate. Now, there's a lot that, okay, let me put it this way. Is not going to mean that everything that he brought about is going to be reversed, because a lot of it will be too far gone or gone completely so that there's no reversal possible. It's going to be a rebuilding. And that includes a lot of the, like, what Doge has done, and the gutting of the Veterans Affairs, and the international agreements. Then it's not going back, it's going to go forward. Okay, so how's this going to play out for Tom Cotton? Don't know why I'm getting a draw to actually read on Tom Cotton. Using the mystical manga, M-A-N-G-A. Goodness knows where the box is. Let's have a look. Okay, he's going to be on the back foot and having to try and defend himself. I've just, look at the eye rolling of this figure. It's almost like an insipid defending. He's not pushing back. He's just, so the message he's bringing, he's got his eyes rolled up in his head, and I think he's just going to stand his ground in regards to this, because there's no substance behind it. Okay. Another defending card. The challenge is the fiery message being defended. So again, the challenge for him is standing his ground. You've got a lot of information coming out. So we've got what, the seven of wands, and then the 9 of wands. I think he's just going to stand up there and defend his position despite all the information that comes out to the contrary. It's almost like he's going to double down. The energy he's stewing in at the moment is the 4 of Swords. Retreating in the face of the truth. Is he about to retire? Let me know. Is he about to retire? Because this is very much about stepping back and almost like last stand type thing, or last action that he's going to take. In the past, the contract and agreement that was made, Judgment card. Sorry, my bad. But you've got the 2 figures coming up here that are in the Lovers card as well. So the Judgment card in the past. But it looks like the Lovers card. If I can find the Lovers card, I'll show it to you. That's why there's some interesting cards coming up. Let me see if I can find the Lovers card just very quickly. There it is there. Well, this is a raven head and this is a blonde. But it's got that same feel about it with the archangels overhead. Okay, I'm just going to put that, actually I'll just put it back randomly towards the end, because it was towards the end. The Judgment card in the past, a collective awakening, a call to arms. I mean, he may have gotten a phone call to do this. So let's see where it goes. An emotional new beginning, an emotional overwhelming, a cleansing the energy over this. New beginnings, just the cleansing out of the old. I'm going to ask again, is he retiring? I don't know whether he's declared it or not. He might do so shortly, because I think it's very much he's going to defend this action that he took to request this investigation, and it's almost like he's going to drop the load and then disappear off. And I suspect he got the call to do so. The immediate future, the Page of Swords. So for Tom Cotton, This could be somebody bringing a truth forward, a whistleblower in regards to something that Tom has done. We've got the circle of support externally for him, who he's giving support to, who he thinks has got his back. Internally, the star, his 5 minutes of fame, seeing himself as a star, seeing himself as part of the inner group, the inner crowd. But there is some truth coming forward, a message of a truth or a strategy. Thank you. They've just told me strategy, not whistleblower, strategy. So he's bringing forward this message. It's some sort of strategy that he's bringing forward. He's trying to be part of the in crowd, the hip crowd. It's his 5 minutes of fame with the star. Hopes and fears. There's the orange twerp, as the orange twerp sees himself gaining favours from the orange twerp, perhaps got paid some money. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. Fiery new information coming out about some sort of agreement that was made and secrets being revealed. This is not about Jack Smith. This is about Tom Cotton. I think we're going to hear, and then there's the Ace of Swords. Oh, wow. This is not looking good for him as an outcome. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Moon card, some sort of agreement that was made. Page of Coins, I suspect he got paid. And the Six of Swords taking off. Fleeing, as you've got the Five of Cups, the disappointment. And there's my Jack Smith card. As Jack Smith uncovers dark money behind the scenes, and Tom Cotton is nothing more than a fool. And then we've got the throwing under the bus and the moral, financial, ethical corruption. You've got the magician, the manipulation, and the high priestess with the secrets being revealed again. Secrets about stealing, betrayal, deception, that turns into a nightmare for Tom, and he might find himself in a cell next to somebody else because there's a money trail and there's treason and betrayal, and there's my treason and betrayal card and the Tower moment for him. Now, I know I do end up with half the deck, but I still got half the deck there. This is not going to end well for Tom Cotton. I suspect he may have gotten paid or some sort of kickback. I think it's because he wants to be part of the in crowd. He may be expecting the orange twerp to protect him, but we know once the orange twerp gets what he wants, he doesn't fulfill his side of the bargain. He never has. So let's have a look. Is this going to go anywhere? Is this, oh gosh, some big news coming out that's just going to undo, explode? Tower, Ace of Wands, Tower card. That just turns into an absolute disastrous nightmare. How's this going to go for Jack Smith? Oh, it's like he's swatting a fly away is what I'm getting. How's this? Is there any case? Is there going to be any sort of case? We've got two knights. Oops, sorry, that's a king. Oh, and what was that? That was the world card. The King of Wands. Action being taken, information being brought forward on the world stage that's going to be, what have we got? Knight of Coins. Expose mercenary actions. So, okay, but that's not Jack Smith. How's it going to play out for Jack Smith? How's it going to play out for Jack? Okay, I want to ask, is Jack Smith going to be able to complete his case? Is Jack Smith going to be able to complete his case once this orange twerp is out of office? Now, as someone pointed out this morning, building a $300 or $200 million ballroom doesn't sound like the actions of somebody who's going to be leaving the premises anytime soon. It's like he's just he's playing out all his fantasies, and I'm talking about the orange twerp. Will Jack Smith be able to complete the court case that he started? Okay, let me do these cards in their order that they dropped. The Hermit, isolation, investigation, introspection, shining a light in the swamp, about the corruption, moral, financial, ethical corruption. I haven't used that as that card for quite a while. This has been my out in the cold card. The Queen of Wands, the inspirational feminine energy coming forward, but it's also my D&I Haynes card. I want to have a look at that as well today. So shining a light in the swamp. This could also be about the voters being basically left out of the voting system, because note, where do I go with this? Let me put those cards down. This is getting really convoluted. So the ex-CIA agent came out and explained that the NSA, National Security Agency or something, I'm not quite sure what NSA stands for. You guys have got so many acronyms. The NSA report that was done into the election stealing clearly showed that the vote counting machines were compromised. Laid it out fully, and I've put that in my post section as well, fully laid out how they did it. CIA, international. Now, a lot of us have been saying the information will come from international. It's an ex-CIA agent. The CIA is international. So there's that for starters. Secondly, I've been saying all along, D&I Haynes, Director of National Intelligence Haynes, her election report has not come out yet, has not been made public. Now, this is the report that's usually released early in the year about whether there was any election interference, etc. It's not been made public, and we're, 8 months in now? So first of all, you've got the overseas element that a lot of us have been seeing for a long time now. D&I Haynes report has not been released. The NSA report was released late December-ish. Now, remember also, who raced back to Washington, D.C. from their holidays? Literally, they left, and within hours they were back in late December, before Christmas. Biden and Harris, the NSA report. So, I'm down this rabbit hole again. Welcome. But also the isolation, keeping the investigation happening in the dark about the corruption. Is it voter corruption, or is it, it's corruption on every level. That little corkboard that I keep seeing, it is literally with the red string connecting the dots. You literally cannot see the cork underneath. There's just this wad of red string on this corkboard. So the D&I Haynes report, the Hanged Man. I don't read upside down, so I'm just turning him up the right way because that's just how I pick the card up. The Hanged Man, seeing things from a different point of view. But again, this isn't moving forward. We've got the Three of Wands, something coming in from overseas, but it's not on the horizon as of yet. And we've got the gift from the past. Ooh, on the bottom we've got the Tower. card, the waiting until something grows to fruition, and then we've got the wheel turning, not liking what's on offer, and then we've got the restriction. I think what Smith has got is explosive. Absolutely. I think what he's got is explosive, but it feels like just hold on for the moment. The investigation, I'm going to say, has been completed into all this corruption, including this D&I Haynes report. But for whatever reason, it's just don't release it as of yet. All these are just sort of hold your horses type cards. Restriction, not liking what's being asked of him. An inability to harvest, waiting for the ships to come in, the hanged man waiting. This gift from the past, waiting, the wheel of fortune, the time, waiting for the right time, and it's absolutely explosive. Now, you and I would absolutely want this information out now, but for whatever reason, it's just been, well, we won't get all of it. I'm just going to say we won't. Some of it's just going to be so awful that the public's not going to be told. But it is very much about tit for tat. Secrets being sold. I'm just going to say, okay, so what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the wall to be lifted, the smoke and mirrors to clear. And we've got the emotional overwhelming. But oh gosh, and there was that devil, glimpse the devil. What have we got? Bound, protecting, back up against the wall, fighting, walking away, the sun, the justice, the loss, the devil, the decision need to be made, an offer coming forward, the oligarchs, and then the truth. I've said for a long time now that this information won't come out until, how do I put this? Come on, guys, give me a hand on a Monday morning. There needs to be a shift in the majority of those in the United States. So I'm not saying me and thee, and I'm not even in the United States, are in the minority, but you've got this. So there was 30% of us, 30% of diehard MAGAs, of which they're reducing significantly, but I keep getting the figure. 17% of the total will go to the grave kissing the golden sneaker. So nearly 1/5 of United States voters will still be have felon adoration. They will never change their mind about 1/5. What's happening is they're shedding, that 30% of MAGAs are shedding rapidly. It's not just them that need to be reached. It's that 40% in the middle that are complacent, that need to shift over before this massive change comes about, and it's happening. So don't believe it isn't. It is happening. Okay, so it's going to be some big announcement, money changing hands announcement from the White House with this Six of Pentacles and this Four of Swords. There's going to be some sort of big money announcement. We've already had the fudging of the jobs figures, which we know is not true. The cooking the books for the figures. And then, of course, when the actual head of the department spoke up and said, hang on, that ain't right, he sacked her. But it is about the cooking the books here. There's going to be some big monetary announcement with cooked books, and that's going to end up in this moon situation. The thigh deep in the swamp, fully exposed. It could also mean we're entering eclipse season. I think there's a lunar eclipse coming up around the 7th of September, is it? And then there's a solar eclipse later in the month. This might be around the lunar eclipse. Big information, documentation perhaps, treason, dark money changing hands behind the scenes. So what's going to happen? And I do think that shift is going to occur by that stage. Okay. What have we got? A month to go? Oh, a month and half a week or something, man. But yeah, I don't think we're going to hear the extent of it. But this is a nothing burger against Jack Smith. This is just the usual modus operandi of this regime, trying to get ahead of the ball by accusing before information comes out, accusing others of what they are doing themselves. So, after 4 years of the Orange Twerp accusing the Democrats of cheating, what would have happened on the 6th of November if the Democrats had come out and said that the Republicans had rigged and stolen the election after 4 years? It would have been carnage, civil war on the streets. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to get in front of reports coming out by making this declaration that Jack Smith is a criminal. Does that make sense? Which is trying to cast shade on the information that's going to come out before it comes out, because it's bad. It is so bad. And I don't think we're going to hear all of it. So momentum's increasing. Keep up the pressure. And I shall catch you shortly, because there's a few other things I want to have a look at today. Catch you shortly.